Thank you so much, Deputy Mayor. I hardly believe that the last comment that you made is true, but I thank you nonetheless, and I thank you all for coming. I thought I'd use my brief time today just to give you a brief primer on where we are nationally in terms of same-sex marriage, given that others on the panel have more expertise than I to speak about this at both the global and at the local level. So nationally what we have is 6 states that currently guarantee the right to same-sex marriage in the United States. 3 of these states have achieved that right through the courts, and 3 have done it through the legislatures. But we should not obviously be too quick to declare victory yet, because the remaining 44 states have bans on same-sex marriage, and 29 of those bans have been embodied in state constitutional amendment. There are now 2 other interesting developments at the federal level. One is a lawsuit called Gill, which is occurring in Massachusetts, where the Defense of Marriage Act of 1996, the act that defines marriage for federal purposes as between one man and one woman, is being challenged. And there's also another lawsuit which is occurring in California called Perry versus Schwarzenegger, in which Proposition 8 is being challenged on federal constitutional grounds. So this landscape raises some interesting questions, and I can think of 3. The first is, would we rather have the right guaranteed by a court, or would we rather have it be guaranteed by a legislature? Second, would we rather have this debate occurring at the state level, or, as is increasingly the case, being done at the national, federal level? And then finally, in arguing for the right to same-sex marriage in any forum, is a stronger argument to be made one that emanates from liberty, the kind of freedom that the Deputy Mayor spoke of, or is a stronger claim than claiming to be made from equality, the right of gays and straights to be treated equally under the law. So law professors are famous for asking questions that they're not forced to answer, so I thought I would depart from usual practice and actually give my own preliminary answers to these questions before closing. So first, I really would, other things being equal, rather have this right be guaranteed at the legislative level rather than at the judicial level, because of the additional imprimatur that the legislature can give this right in a constitutional democracy. So while I was delighted that Iowa rendered a unanimous Supreme Court decision, 7-0, earlier this year, the decision that really made me jump in the air was the decision a week later, or less than a week later, by the Vermont legislature to override a governor's veto to guarantee the right to same-sex marriage. Second, with respect to state litigation vis-a-vis federal litigation, I really do agree with the convention of wisdom, which says that federal litigation, at least with respect to the Perry versus Schwarzenegger case, is premature, and that we should really wait for a critical mass of states to bubble up and to secure this right before we take this to the United States Supreme Court. And I can elaborate on that more and my reasons for thinking that, if people are interested in my reasons for thinking them. And then finally, with respect to liberty and equality, I don't think that the Deputy Mayor was doing this at all, but I think it's really important to underscore that the same-sex marriage debate gives us an opportunity to think about how liberty and equality are truly intertwined rather than having us choose one or the other. And so I tend to think of this as a rare opportunity, not just for same-sex marriage, but also for civil rights in general, to think about how equality and liberty might be intertwined with each other, and what my colleague up at Harvard, Lawrence Tribe, has called the double helix of civil rights. What I think is most important of all in all of this complex debate is that we recognize it as a debate and as a conversation. So I really salute the organizers of today's events and all the participants in today's events for recognizing and acknowledging that this is a conversation that's occurring not just at the level of city, not just at the level of state, not just at the level of nation state, but also globally. And I think that this is the only way in which we can move forward in thinking about this issue, because while I've said that I'm more happy with the legislative result in Vermont than I am with the judicial result in Iowa, I'm not so naive to think that the 7-0 judicial opinion in Iowa did not affect at least one of the votes in the Vermont decision. And let's all remember that the Vermont legislative vote occurred by one vote. It passed by one vote to override the governor's veto. And so we have to understand that we are all interrelated in protecting what is the most fragile and crucial of human achievements, which is civil rights. And with that, I'm delighted to introduce Boris Dittrich, who is part of the the Lesbian and Gay Rights Program at Human Rights Watch. As a former Dutch parliamentarian and a colleague of the Deputy Mayors who introduced the same-sex marriage bill in Parliament and represented the Parliament in the United Nations, and then who went on to become part of one of the most renowned human rights organizations in the world, no one is better equipped to speak about these issues internationally and at a cosmopolitan level than Mr. Dittrich. Without further ado, Boris.
Well, thank you.